Hey guys, it's Mangled Unicorn. I'm home from the hospital. I can't say that I'm better, but I am home. I need to have another procedure in like 2 weeks. But that's if he has availability. I don't even know how long after 2 weeks it will take, which is depressing. I'm tired of pain, tired of pills, tired of medical gaslighting. I'm just tired. I'm not terminal and I'm gonna be okay, but this is the worst pain that I've ever experienced in my life. The day that I had surgery, afterwards, you're loopy and stuff, and they gave me medication through my IV, which helped. And that medication I was supposed to be able to get every 4 hours, PRN. But they would try to do a different medication orally after the IV injection and that 4 hours. And that medicine, which is a pain pill, it made me hurt more. I didn't know if I could take it. I told them this. Actually, I told the tech who said he would get the nurse. And then I sit there writhing in pain for an hour. And then the nurse comes in. And she's very kind. She's a nice woman. But she says I need to talk to the doctor. And then she leaves. And then I sit there until shift change, writhing in pain. In the morning, when the morning nurse came, she was able to give me more of the medication that helped in my IV. But that was the last time I received it, the day after my surgery. And then when I went home, they prescribed me medication, nerve pain medication that I had to request because they're not understanding that it's not just muscle spasms, it's nerve pain that I had under control and is no longer. And they also gave me Valium because it relaxes the spasms that had already eased up. But also, I'm having extreme anxiety from the pain. So it does help that. I'm thankful. But they gave me a medication, the pill medication, that made me feel worse. I missed my 4 a.m. dose of anti-anxiety meds. So I got up at 8 and I'm really in bad shape. I already had the worst wave of it pass through, and now we are 32 minutes into nerve pain medication and anti-anxiety, so I'm starting to feel a little bit better. But I'm still scared to take the pain medication because it's extreme right now. I'm just trying to breathe, ask for help from my guides and angels, and to keep going. And if I have to just be uncomfortable and in excruciating pain until the next procedure, I'd rather be at home. It's degrading in the hospital. I don't know if you've ever experienced medical gaslighting, but it seems to be all I have ever gotten. And I understand how I look. I used to be thin and pretty, and they were just like, are you serious? No, that can't be happening. Now I'm older and heavier, and they're just like, go lose weight and come back later. And I agree with that, and I've lost a lot of weight, and I continue to lose weight, but it's slow because now I can no longer walk hardly. I'm crippled by supper. They don't really seem concerned about that. But I am a squeaky wheel, and I keep going back. And they keep saying rude things to me and just telling me to come back later. And I'm never mean. I just can't. It hurts me to my soul. But also, when I was with my dad on his renal failure journey, I saw what pain delirium, medication delirium did. And I mean, he was a bit of a chauvinist before that, so he would be mean to the nurses and he would wonder why they wouldn't come around so much. And I don't know, I just wouldn't be mean, but you know how I am in chat. I try to crack jokes because it's so depressing, painful, and sad. If I can get them to laugh and then I laugh from that, it helps. It helps me forget about the pain for just a moment. And I'll take any respite that I can. I'm really scared about making it for the next 2 weeks, plus whatever time it takes, because he said he's so busy. The nonchalance of the surgeon, every time I've seen him after he leaves, I have a panic attack. They had me off my mental health meds and anti-anxiety meds for a few days, so that didn't help my case. I'm just trying to breathe and keep going when I go in for the procedure. Let me back up. The night of my surgery at 11 p.m. after, they did another ultrasound of the problem area, and they found that the other organ had a bigger problem than the one that they had just worked on. And what they did to me on one side of my organ, it's so painful that I don't know if I can handle going through this again on the left side. And when the surgeon came in the following morning, I had already pulled all my clinical notes, all my labs, all my blood work, imaging, because I'm just that way. I learned a lot when I was caring for my dad, and I know to get that information immediately, and I put it in a Google Drive so that I can access it, so that when the doctors are in, I have paper proof of things. One of the problems was when the doctor came in post-surgery, his whole vibe was off-putting. He obviously wanted to just talk at me, and that's understandable. And yes, I had just had surgery, but I'm some kind of a beast, and I was more alert post anesthesia than I think most people are. I had already created a list of questions that I had wanted to ask him, but he was really not interested in answering those. It was only 5 questions, so I picked the 2 most important ones and I got those through. And basically he was just like, oh yeah, this is all normal and blah blah blah, which I could appreciate. I appreciate his confidence, but it's also very dismissive of the extreme pain that I am experiencing. But you know, I just keep going. I'm not rude. So the day after surgery, when he comes in, and I've already looked at the scan report from the test they did the night before at 11:30, and I said, hey, what about the same problem, but it's bigger on my left side? And he didn't even know. He was a little surprised, and he's like, well, it's not bothering you now, so we're dealing with the right. And I told him, but I'm already starting to have pain on that side, and how do I stay safe so that I don't end up in the hospital again in an emergency situation like I did for this? He had nothing for me. He was unconcerned, and he's just like, I'll see. His attitude to me In my perception, my thoughts, feelings, and opinions was that my work here is done until I see you in 2 weeks. My dad was in the Air Force, and he talked a lot about pilots. He was not a pilot, but he did work on the equipment that the pilots trained on, like calibrated it and stuff. And then he started to do air traffic controller school. And surgeons remind me about how my dad described pilots. They're overly confident to the point of cocky for a reason, which is fine. I don't fault him for that, but again, I'm the one who has to live like this. I asked the surgeon, when we do the additional procedure, can you do the other side at the same time as the one that you had originally planned on working on? And he said, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. And he left. And I had a panic attack and I cried a lot after. The nurses were so kind. One of them kind of rubbed my shoulder until the worst of it was over. And I could just go back to painfully existing. But I am very scared that if he cannot do them both at the same time for whatever reason, I respect his choice, but does that mean I have to go through what I'm going through now for the other side? Because I don't know if I can take the pain. I will do my best. I want to say that I'm not a danger to myself or my family at this time. I would only do that option if it was legal. And I've looked into it, and right now it is not in my state in this country at this time. There are alternatives, but I cannot afford those, and that's fine. I will continue to fight. I don't think my mission is done. It's not my time to leave. So I will continue on, but it's just getting harder every day. When I ask the surgeon how soon we can do the second procedure, he absolutely insisted that it couldn't be sooner than 2 weeks because of what the object inside of me that he placed had to do. And what it's doing is very painful, and I feel every bit of it. I'm just trying to breathe and stay calm. But the other thing that he says was, I'm very booked out. I don't know when we can do this, and Danielle will call you. Now, being a woman of action, as soon as I got the discharge papers in my hand, I called the office and said, hey, I need to speak to this girl. We need to get the ball rolling. And the guy in the office assured me that she would call me back right away. She didn't. I'm not surprised. Just disappointed. So today I will be calling Miss Danielle, and whatever date that they schedule me, if it is farther out than 2 weeks, I will continue to call daily 2 to 3 times looking for a cancellation. Because what else do I have to do besides writhe in pain? And hospitals are degrading. They're especially degrading for women, and women who are not all white like myself. Medical gaslighting in this country is insane, and it's really sick, and I don't agree with it at all. One of the medications that I have to take for 15 days, twice a day, the main side effect is it causes joint inflammation, and I'm already almost crippled with joint pain before this happened. It's worse. I've already taken, some doses, and certain joints are really hurting. And you know, the label said it will can cause tendon inflammation, specifically the Achilles tendon. And my biggest problems outside of this are my osteoarthritis, ankles, and knee. So that's fun. Doing my best there. If I have to go back to the hospital before the next procedure, I will do so. But I'm trying to avoid it if at all possible. Because if I'm just gonna writhe in pain, I would rather be home to do that. It can be hard for me to accept help with my past and the things that I've gone through. I feel really bad. I've been asked to see me in this much pain, hold me when I'm weeping because I absolutely can't take it. It's not something that they should be having to do. I hate asking for help. My mother always beat it into us that that was weakness, and I'm trying to undo that, but it's pretty, deep in there. But if anybody has any prayers, I would gladly take them. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I need some of this stuff that I just took to kick in, and pain is funny. Time was already smushy before, and it's extra smushy now. Last night's pain bout felt like it went on for hours, but when I was able to compose myself, it had only been 12 minutes. I'm counting down 14 days just to give myself something as far as a goal. Sometimes my goal is only 5 minutes because that's what I can handle. Despite the pain and misery and how you see me now, I will always be a glass half full kind of lady. And hopefully I can distract myself soon and feel a little better. And like I always tell you guys, keep swimming. I think it's gonna get better. Actually, I know it's gonna get better, and it's just something that I know down to my soul. So even with all of this, continue to send love to everyone in the world, and to all of the things that are troubling this plane of existence right now. Because I think if we can get through this, the troubles period, that maybe medical science will improve so that I can have some relief and some actual answers. But like I said before, pain is a thief of joy and happiness. But like all things, like Buddha said, change is inevitable. So try to bide my time. Hope for change. Hope for improvements. And to keep swimming. I'll see you guys around in chat. I may post more of these videos because it's helping keep me sane. I love you guys, and take care of yourselves and listen to your bodies.